Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel, and Ripple got sued again. Yay! Good times. Fun start to 2021. Dumpster fire year question mark? We're gonna find out. Here's the headline from crypto media outlet U Today. Ripple sued by top stakeholder that led its Series C funding round. Now, before I even get into the specifics, I do want to say that this doesn't necessarily mean that Tetragon, which is the entity that led the Series C funding round a year ago, it doesn't necessarily mean that they believe that XRP is going to be deemed a security, because obviously XRP is at the core of Ripple's business model. Undisputable, like indisputable. It's not undisputed. Wait, which is it? Undisputable, indisputed, undisputed, right? Yeah. If I'm an idiot, I apologize if I got that wrong. I promise I know how to use mouth words. I swear to God I do. But it's not necessarily the case that they think that XRP would be declared a security. It could certainly very well be the case that they just don't want to be dragged through this, and it affects their capital allocation. And in terms of the direction they thought this was going to go, especially if they were expecting an IPO sooner than later, maybe that's a factor as well. There's all sorts of dynamics that we're not privy to, and so admittedly, all we can do is speculate on that. But I know some people out there thinking, okay, gosh, this is not very encouraging. I think Tetragon, my gosh, they must really think that Ripple's going to get the shaft. Well, look, nothing's changed. They always knew this was a risk, and so it's more like if this happens, do we want to deal with it? And clearly the answer is no either way. But anyway, before we go any further, if you would please delicately tap the like button, I'd appreciate the support. And consider subscribing to the Moon Lambeau channel, which is the best channel on all of the YouTubes. That's a fact, by the way. It's indisputable or undisputable. All right, so here's a headline from a year ago. Ripple announces $200 million Series C funding. So this is like the beginning of the relationship, and then I'm going to cover the messy breakup portion of it. But anyway, so here's the happy part where like Ripple and Tetragon, they're falling in love. They can't stop text messaging each other. Like they're always spooning, all that romantic stuff. So anyway, today payments from Ripple said it had raised $200 million in a Series C round led by Tetragon. SBI Holdings, with which Ripple has its SBI Ripple Asia joint venture, also participated. And the third investor was Route 66, the venture capital firm which led the Series A round of Clearmatics, the developer behind the utility settlement coin. And so Tetragon is a diversified asset management firm with a net asset value of $2.25 billion as of the end of October. Okay, so just want to set the table so that we know what we're talking about here. And I tell you what, when I had the pleasure of reporting this on the Moon Lambeau channel a little over a year ago, it was truly delightful. I was like, this is fantastic, because you know what this means. And so just to be clear, when you're talking about Series C, it usually means one of two things. Either you're getting ready to sell to somebody else, or you're about to go public. Or not that it's necessarily imminent, but it's going to be one of those two directions right there. And it seemed pretty clear that it was not the case that Ripple was even considering selling to anybody for numerous reasons. It just seemed more likely, especially with the way Brad Garlinghouse is talking in it was probably January of last year, about how there are going to be a bunch of IPOs in the world of blockchain, and Ripple won't be the first, but certainly won't be the last. That's what he said. And so everybody's like, okay, it's happening. Yeah. But then you get this headline. So this is where the messy breakup comes into play. And so it looks like, to me, I don't know, it looks like Ripple is the dumpy and then Tetragon's the dumper. So I think Tetragon just broke Ripple's heart right here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of sitting on a couch eating straight out of like a gallon of like vanilla ice cream or something like that. That's probably what Ripple's going to be doing for a little bit. But here's what the piece says. San Francisco-based blockchain company Ripple is now facing a lawsuit from Tetragon, a $2.32 billion investment firm headquartered in the UK that acts as its top stakeholder, Bloomberg reports. The plaintiff is seeking to redeem its stock in the troubled company after it got sued by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission last month over illegal XRP sales. On top of that, Tetragon is asking the court to issue a restraining order against Ripple to temporarily freeze its liquid assets. Man, things got pretty serious real quickly here. Tetragon was in charge of Ripple's $200 million Series C funding round that propelled its valuation to a whopping $10 billion in late 2019. Now, as far as who's right, who's wrong, I can't know for sure, but if what Ripple said is true, then Tetragon is kind of being a little whiny bitch. Tetragon's kind of being a little bit of a baby back bitch. I'm just saying here, if Ripple is being 100% forthright, and hopefully that's the case, like given that Ripple is the dumpy, that may very well be the case. I'm just thankful that Ripple actually put out a statement rather promptly. It's very short, to the point, but you know what? I like that. You know what? You ever heard the phrase, brevity is the soul of wit? Yeah, you know who said that? Bill Shakespeare. Bill Shakespeare said that. And so here you go. Ripple's statement on yesterday's Tetragon filing, January 5th, 2021. In Ripple's Series C investment agreement, there is a provision that if XRP is deemed to be a security on a go-forward basis, then Tetragon has the option of having Ripple redeem their Ripple equity. Since there has been no such determination, this lawsuit has no merit. We are disappointed that Tetragon is seeking to unfairly take advantage of the lack of regulatory clarity here in the U.S. The courts will provide this clarity, and we are very confident in our position. And so again, assuming that is accurate, it sounds like Tetragon's being a little bit of a back bitch. I don't like that. I don't like that. It's slimy, and I guess they're looking out for what they perceive to be their best interest. But if it's outside of the agreement, that is not respectable. Damn it. Such is life. So look, things get messy. Whatever. Okay, fine. But in the end, like we're still just gonna have to sit here and patiently wait for the SEC to get their heads out of the rear side. And I'm hoping anyway, that there's just going to be some sort of settlement rather than this thing actually going to court. Because as far as a timeline for that, I've heard all sorts of different estimates from different lawyers. But, I mean, you're looking at over a year, And so you imagine another year of this. So, potentially the good news, and look, by the way, I don't have a financial background. I'm not offering financial advice. Do not buy or sell because of me. But it does seem to me that now that news has passed, the scary news of the SEC going after Ripple, I believe, well, let's just see if things occur as time passes, but I certainly suspect XRP is going to be found to be moving with the market again, which doesn't mean it couldn't drop in terms of market cap position, because what you saw, for instance, in 2017 during that bull run is, first of all, it actually was moving around in terms of market cap. Like Litecoin was ahead of it back then for a while, just like happened here recently. And we know that historically XRP does trade sideways longer than any other top 10 cryptocurrency in terms of market cap. It just does, but then when it bursts. So we may have to wait a while, but it would be super weird to me if XRP is like the only coin that doesn't move in tandem with the market and doesn't ultimately pump to some degree. That would be super weird to me, especially, and I'll point it out as I see it can occur, but there will be SUED coins pumping. Yes, SUED coins will be pumping. It's going to be stupid. It's not going to make a damn bit of sense. And then I'm going to think, okay, so then Ripple, not Ripple, I'm sorry, XRP, not being an SUED coin, just has a little bit of a cloud over it. It's not going to pump. I don't buy it. I'm going to sit back and wait. I don't know for sure. Of course not. And it's not financial advice, but I'm glad I have the exposure to XRP that I have, because this is going to be the biggest bull run in history for the crypto asset class, I suspect. We'll see if that happens, but that's what I suspect will be the case. And then here's chart analyst Magic, who wrote the following. Think about this. If the SEC can deem crypto assets as securities based on the simple act of using the proceeds of sales to fund business activity, then practically every altcoin would be a security in the eyes of the SEC. Best believe they coming for more than Ripple/XRP. Bravo, good sir. I firmly agree with that. That's why I'm thankful that Ripple is in a position where they have such a war chest that they can fight back on this, and they have an incredible team that is coming at them here. And it still is disgusting to me that the SEC has never provided sufficient regulatory clarity for the space. And so rather than be proactive and provide such guidelines, legal guidelines, rather than do that, they let time pass. So complete inaction, at least in the part of, them going after Ripple and XRP, so complete inaction there. And then they decide to basically legislate through or enforce law, which doesn't even frankly exist yet, but have the law end up being or the expectations set based on legal action against, in this case, Ripple. So rather than be proactive and set guidelines, there's reasonable actors in the space, Ripple, just moving along, being transparent and open as possible, and the SEC's line of thought on this is, okay, let's sue them, and then there's regulatory clarity rather than just being proactive. Like, they're doing it backwards, and it's kind of freaking offensive. It is indeed ridiculous. All right, I'll go ahead and wrap up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because of anything that I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.